I was just a few minutes into the flight from Newark to Phoenix. I put on my headphones and I thought about how I was going to entertain myself for the next 4.5 hours. I logged into the flight's Wi-Fi and started playing ESPN to watch a little bit of the NFL Pro Bowl. At the bottom of the screen, the ticker simply read, "Lakers legend dies at 41. I was really confused. Who are they talking about? Then a few seconds later, the ticker rotated and said that Kobe Bryant had been killed in a helicopter crash. There are moments in your life that you'll always remember those "do you remember where you were when?" situations. This was one of them. I will always remember that flight, that feeling of just being kicked in the gut, the shock and disbelief, the immense grief for an adult that I had never even met personally. Some of you asked me to make a video explaining why losing Kobe hurt so much, why it felt like a little bit of our worldview unraveled in that moment. And honestly, it took me a while to process it all, even to make this video for you. In this video, I'm going to explain why we're so triggered by the death of Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and the 7 others on board. And I'll share what I think we can all learn from this tragedy. This is the Dr. K Show. I'm Dr. Karthik Ramanan. I help ambitious individuals end self-criticism with tools and strategies to create optimal everyday mental health. So if you're new here and you need to silence that negative voice in your head, get out of your own way and live the potential that you know you have, well, I am here for you. I encourage you to hit that subscribe button right now. I'm going to explain a few reasons why we were impacted, and then I'm going to explain the difference between sadness and depression and how that relates to us in the context of Kobe's death. So be sure to stick around until the end for that. In basketball terms, I respected Kobe Bryant, but as a Knicks fan, I never really rooted for him or the Lakers. I watched him and admired him, not for his great achievements, but for his dedication to his craft. But I never met the man. I had never shaken his hand. Yet learning of his loss was so devastating. And then to learn that his daughter Gianna was lost too simply ripped my heart out. Then I saw the faces of the pilot and the other passengers, and all I could think about were how many people that they impacted in their lives, how many people loved them, and how much was yet to be written in their lives' books. One reason why we were so triggered by the tragic death of Kobe Bryant was that we've rarely lost someone who was so prolific and transformative in his sport, so immensely successful, not simply because of his innate talent, but because of his uncommon work ethic. We've lost talented performers to various tragedies like Sean Taylor, Amy Winehouse, Robin Williams. Losing people who have managed to make meaningful impact on our lives from afar is devastating, and Kobe also did just that. It's also tied in with the fact that we respected his talent and his work ethic. Yes, there were the 5 NBA championships and the 81-point game and all the other memories, but we also respected the work that he put in when literally nobody else was watching. The 300 free throws that he would force himself to make, not take, make before every game, because he was dedicated to his craft in a way that most of us just wish we could find within ourselves. We've seen countless athletes struggle to find purpose in their lives when they retire. They wrapped their identity so much in being a player of whatever sport that they're in that once they retire, it's difficult to adjust to the outside world. If you've seen Shawshank Redemption, it's basically the story of Brooks Hatlen, the librarian, who after spending 50 years in Shawshank State Prison wasn't able to adjust to life as a free man because he just wasn't able to handle the day-to-day in a different world, for nothing was familiar and he had to redefine himself to survive. Yet Kobe embraced retirement in a way that was just rare. He was so proud of being super dad. I got to see him at a John Williams concert in California reciting his poem Dear Basketball. The poem and the short film was touching, But what was even more evident to me as somebody who spent most of his life on the East Coast was just how revered he was by the locals. I don't think I've ever seen anyone garner the adoring applause that Kobe got that night. It was really, really special to see. With that context, here's why losing Kobe hurts so much. Lean in for this. People often confuse sadness and depression. Sadness is an emotion. It's a storm that comes and goes. It's a natural state of being in life. It's part of the grieving process. And yes, we were sad that Kobe, Gianna, the pilot, and the other passengers perished. And I felt more than that. It was a punch in the gut so hard that it felt more like depression. Because unlike sadness, depression is rooted in a fundamental unraveling of our construct of the world and of ourselves. It's an earthquake to the foundation of how we understand reality to exist. How could a man so young, who was doing so many great things for his family and community and the world, who had impacted people he had never met around the globe, be gone so soon, this early? How could this be fair? We were triggered because it unraveled our sense of fairness in this world and how things are meant to be. We felt depressed. Did you feel that? Let me know in the comments section below. What can we learn? As painful as it was to watch some of the interviews with people like Shaq after Kobe's death, I made myself watch those clips. I forced myself to feel that pain as well as take in the tributes that the Lakers and others put on for Kobe. Why? Because it's so easy to suppress our pain and forget the past unless we make a conscious decision to learn. Tell your loved ones, I love you. And if you're not on speaking terms with them, go work on those relationships. Take nothing for granted. Define your life's purpose and do whatever it takes to get there. Kobe lived more in 41 years than most of us do in a lifetime. What if we lived our lives with the passion and dedication to greatness that he did? We can and we will. I believe in your greatness.